I reside in 84th Central Avenue. And I want to start by saying to my neighbors, that's like my mother, almost like my grandmother, like my aunt. That woman I've been knowing all my life. And she's always been a wonderful person. She always raised her son with respect, even with his illness. She kept him, I don't want to say under control, because that's just not the right word. But schizophrenia is a serious disease. But she worked hard to bring him up as a man. And I feel hurt or embarrassed that something like this would go on where I live. Because I get out every day, go to Lincoln Middle School, take care of children every single day. But I'm going to tell you how it started. It didn't just start today. It didn't start when Ronny got beat up. That's right. One night my sister and I were at home and we got a bang on the door, boom, boom, boom. So we jumped up because nobody wants that bang on the door. So we go to the door and it's some young people. And it was like, Miss Oliver, they got your nephew and a whole bunch of guys laying on the ground on Main Avenue. So I'm laying on the ground on Main Avenue. So we got dressed and we run around the corner. And when I get there, these guys are standing there with rifles, covered from head to toe, helmets, boots, everything. So I walk up because this is my town. I've never in my life seen anything happen like that. So I walk up and I'm like, well, what's going on? He turned around and he put the gun on me. He said, back up. I said, no, I'm not going to back up. You're going to have to shoot me. I said, because that's my nephew that you're stepping on the ground. So there were some other police officers across the street. They all standing around watching. So one of them I happen to know. So he says, Karen, come over here and let me explain to you. I said, all right, explain to me. He says, oh, well, they're just trying to find out if they have warrants. I said, warrants for what? Did he do something? He was like, no, we just checking. I said, listen, I have a problem with this. Okay? That's just one incident before it started. Now, this has happened almost 2 years ago, but this is how it grew. I'm hanging out, so after work, you know how we do. We go have a few drinks and we chill out with the boys. And we have police officers that work in our school system who are supposed to be protecting us and our children. So I go home after the party's over. We at home. I get a phone call. Karen, can you come to the chicken store? I said, what's the problem? Just come to the chicken store. I go to the chicken store. Now, my son is an accountant. He graduated from college, and it doesn't even matter. But he goes to the chicken store to get him some chicken because I didn't feel like cooking. When I get there, a police officer who had been out drinking along with myself is standing there with a gun pointed to my son's head. And just because this police officer knew me, he goes, oh, I'm sorry. I said, sorry? Sorry? First of all, you had no right to pull out your weapon when you're impaired. First of all, you should have been drinking while you were on duty. Okay? But sometimes you try to be a little bit humble about things. And you know what? And this is my bad. Because I should have done something about it. And I didn't. I said to myself, okay. He called me. I'm so sorry. I didn't know it was your son. But that wasn't my point. It was the fact that you were impaired, you have a weapon, and you hanging out in the bar. That's just 2 incidents, and I watched it coming. The third incident, myself, my co-workers, and my sister was celebrating her birthday. We're at, somebody help me. Somebody help me. We're worried. Come on, we're worried. Where you were? Up on Van House. Avenue Green? Okay, thank you. We were at the kids' place. Let me tell you, I'm so disappointed. I'm very disappointed in this town because you know what? I give my all in all to this town. I was born here 46 years old I am today. And I'm embarrassed at the things that go on here. And you know, because you work at school or you work here, you say, well, I'm not going to say nothing. I've never been that kind of person. I know that. And it hurts expect me to walk around and see all the things that go on and nobody says anything. It's like, it's okay, because my people are humble. We are humble people. We're forgiving, a hell of a lot forgiving than some other people. So let me tell you the story. So we're in here, we're chilling for my sister's birthday. The owner of the club walks up to my girlfriend. Now we're doing karaoke, and because he don't like the way she's singing, he gets an attitude. So she sits down. He walks up to her, harasses her, pushes her. Now in this place, there's a bunch of police officers all sitting around. Not one of those police officers got up to assist her. Okay? Now, wait a minute. Now, with her in defending herself, she struck back. And do you know what happened? They came to her house 2 days later and put handcuffs on her. So you tell me, what does that say about our system? It says our system sucks. Because you're going to stand there, and then, wait a minute, the court, what is the guy? What's the guy that bring the prisoners in? Elvis Presley. I can't think of his name right now, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Because it was his friend, he said, oh, we're going to do something about this. But you're walking around with a gun and a badge, but you're going to do something about this woman protecting herself. I'm appalled. I really am. Because I try to save our children. We do block parties. We do a whole lot of things in this city, and we get no respect. I'm so upset that I walk around and I look at our African-American men, and you wonder why they stand on the corner? They stand on the corner because they can't get no job. Everybody else is working, and they stand around watching it. So I am sick and tired of walking around with blinders on and people saying, oh, Karen, you talk too much. You know what? I don't even care how much I talk. Because it is sad. You want us to go to school and teach your children and, make sure that they're okay. But what are we getting for it? It's just horrible. I've been doing this for 31 years, and I feel like